Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Thaco Gamers. My name is Matt.
And I'm Matt.
And this is episode 5.
5?
Episode 5 of Comment Wars. And today, what are we talking about today, Matt? What game are we going to reply to comments on? Are you going to tell us?
DDO.
DDO, Dungeons & Dragons Online. And so, yeah. All right, well, let's press on with the comments.
DDO. This is from Jimmy Russled. This is literally one of the most misinformed and horrible reviews I've ever seen online.
First impression.
First impression. First impression. You, sir, have the most misinformed and horrible comment I have ever seen online.
We actually put quite a few hours into that game, and we did. We didn't dislike the game,
No, we didn't
really.
dislike the game.
So, I don't know what your problem is.
It might have been all over the place, but it was very informative.
Here's the
If I do say so myself.
Just throwing that out there. Okay, this is from...
strike you with my Hackmaster plus 12 versus Flame.
This is from Mechanus Golden Gear. Only thing I have to say is that you are all level 3 or 4. You haven't even cracked the surface of this game. I agree.
I don't remember what level we hit. We hit what, like 20?
No. Well, there's like 5 levels to each level. You level up 5 times.
Yeah. That's
so we were level like 3 or 4 because we leveled up 15 to 20 times.
Yeah.
I agree. We haven't really cracked the surface of this game. This was meant to be more like a first impression. We put quite a few hours into it. And here's one thing that I'm going to kind of say right now. A lot of people commented on this as though we don't like this game. And 2 of us said we were going to keep it installed and continue to play it. I think you said you were going to uninstall it mostly because of the lack of PvP.
Well, not just because of that, but because of, there's plenty of other games that I can spend my time playing.
Yeah.
You know, not that I wouldn't play DDO, but I would rather play something else.
Yeah, but for certain people, I don't think any of us disliked the game. But it's funny because a lot of people seem to think that we do. I think what it is if there's one thing about your favorite game that we naysay, then we've just totally destroyed your life.
It's not like, we do like the game. It's from Yihai Chiato. I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Just mind-boggling. These guys review games with barely touching the surface. Please stop it. It is it is absolutely cringeworthy. Keep the title as First Impression.
It's titled First Impression.
We do what we can.
It is clearly titled for. I made that mistake with the Arcade one.
Yep.
And I did put a review on there, not thinking, but it definitely was a first impression, and all of them have been titled First Impression since then. And Arcade was, I think, our first one, wasn't it? One of the first ones we did.
One of the first ones.
This is from Marcus Nakananan. Says, "Come on, man, if you can't read." Yeah, obviously I can't read. Come on, man. If you can read, it shouldn't be that hard to know what stats you have on your items.
Yeah.
You have to read a lot.
Are on the items.
You have to read a lot.
15 billion stats per item. This one makes you run fast, hit harder on fire guys, and breathe water.
And these were like level...
And it sustains your hunger.
That's how a lot of MMOs, when you reach max level, that's how detailed their gear is. And we were at level 2.
Yeah, it gives you that something little extra to, be like, oh yeah, this thing's awesome. This is from your boss, Steve K.
That's not Steve K.
It's Steve K.
Steve K is not my boss. It's L.
L, whatever. It's close. No structure to this review. Just one bro and his 2 friends making random comments for 38 minutes.
Exactly.
What's up, bro? Thanks for your comment, bro.
Now, for those of you that don't know, we actually started as a podcast, and we just carry on the podcast format. We would just play games and then talk about them after we had played them for a couple weeks. So, there you go. That's a perfect description of what our videos are.
That's right.
Okay. This is from Holy Wow Bob.
Wow.
Some of the worst fake D&D fans.
Aww. You're right. We don't sit in our mom's basements and play D&D. We have our own houses.
We used to. Many years ago.
Many moons. This is from Ranko, Russia?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Did he say Lotro looks newer? Question mark. At least DDO looks like it's been updated this century.
We agree.
We agree.
If we said that, that was a mistake. We misspoke.
It had to have been in jest.
Because I think that's what we both put on that comment when we replied to it. Yeah, we both think the graphics are much better in DDO than Lotro. And DDO is older, so good for you, DDO.
Good for DDO.
Bad for Lotro.
Bad for Lotro.
Please go to our Lotro video when you're done watching this and give it a thumbs down.
Or 2.
Okay, this is, make a new YouTube account just so you can thumb down it twice.
That'd be awesome.
This is from Killian. Or you make a character that can do all, what 90% of players do, and only play solo. Yeah, that's how I want to play an MMO.
Play solo. That's how I like to play massively multiplayer online games alone. Like you play like you play Dungeons and Dragons alone in your basement with a fantasy group of friends. Okay, this is from Muskie Elon. This is from Elon Musk. This guy better be smart. This game is deep. You can continue developing your character and improving your gear forever. The devs keep adding. This guy sounds like freaking Max Headroom. This game is deep. You can continue developing your character and improving the game forever. The devs keep adding really good content, and most importantly, it is D&D. Yes, it is. Smiley face. Yes,
I agree with all that.
Yeah, I agree with that. And if you want to keep developing a character, that's part of the cool process that MMOs do, is that you can stick with a character instead of making alts.
This is from Ellendor, and this says, "Are the servers still populated?" Thank you.
When we were on it, they were. We did see a couple of people running around.
Yeah,
but
we were in the new areas.
We were in the new areas. So, but I mean, in some MMOs, new areas do kind of have a little gathering pool of people. So
the DDO is more instanced though,
right? Yeah.
So, but we did see some people hanging around. We saw some higher levels. There were a few people in chat, but we can't really give a very accurate. The new areas, no. Where we were, not populated.
Not very populated.
Annoying llama. Hey, what's up, llama?
If you guys haven't watched any of our live streams, he's popped up on almost every single one. Yeah, jump back and forth between channels. I've been waiting for this day forever. So have we. We actually get comments from people who watch our videos. That is pretty amazing.
Guaz123 says, "Haven't played this since they destroyed the Big Tent." I have no idea what you're talking about.
I do.
Next.
Your Big Tent? Kevin P. McBrearty. Keep missing letters.
I approve.
Seriously, the first thing you do is complain about graphics from a decade-old game and then compare them to a game that less than a year old. Of freaking course, Aeon looks better.
First of all, Aeon is not a year old. Aeon came out in 2007.
I thought this was isn't this like a should you play first impressions?
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're wanting to play a game
and you like graphics,
or you want some sort of graphical enhancements, maybe you should play a game that has those things. And I mean, DDO, I'm not saying is a bad game just because it doesn't have those things, but we're more attuned to games that do have those things because it is the here and now. You know?
Well, and here's this too. Matt and I played Minecraft. If no one heard what Minecraft was, if nobody knew what it was, and we did a review of it, we would comment on the graphics. It doesn't mean that we wouldn't play it.
Right.
We like games with... A game can have bad graphics if the gameplay is good. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's not something to comment on. Also, Aeon is not a year old. Aeon came out in 2007. So... I don't know what you're talking about. We were comparing it to a game that came out a year later.
That's right.
Because DDO came out in 2006 and Aeon came out in 2007.
Boom.
Next. EarthWizard1 says, "You keep mentioning the crappy combat, but please tell me a game where the combat is better and how." Every game except Eve.
Except Eve.
I've played a lot of MMOs, but keep coming back to DDO for some reason. Elder Scrolls Online has better combat. WoW has better combat. ArcAge has better combat.
Yeah. Almost every game that's
Aeon,
currently available.
I didn't like Aeon's combat.
The only problem that I had with DDO's combat is that it just seems so unimpactful.
Yeah,
it was
for
very
sure.
unimpactful, and the fact that, I mean, there was no hitbox on anything. You could just swing somewhere and it would randomly hit.
Yeah,
know?
because it's all die rolls.
Yeah.
Everything's because they are faithful to D&D, so the graphics are just to see what's going on, but you
Right.
can swing and hit somebody and miss because of the die roll, or you know, and you don't have to have the arrow aimed perfectly either if you're shooting a bow.
Yeah, it just seemed off. Like, I mean, not horribly bad, just off.
Yeah, but
And it threw me off the game.
to DDO's credit, it came out in 2006 and is my first.
Aeon in 2007.
That is, I think, and we talked about it in the first impressions, I think that's one of the first games I've ever played, the oldest game with action combat. So that's, to have something when Tab Target was still coming out for 10 years later, to have action combat, it's going to be, because it's a pioneer in that,
Right.
is going to not be the best version of it, but next.
This is from Ravix Games. Just subbed. I really enjoy your group's style of critique. Keep up the good work. Also, a video idea I'd really like to see is your group's opinion on the status of MMOs right now and which ones you guys think are playable and or fun in 2018. Just a suggestion. Great suggestion.
We will do a video on that.
We will definitely do that. And thank you for your
Keep
comment.
that. I want that for the video. It landed right there. Yeah. Okay. I like that idea. We'll actually do one on that. You are the only one that cares, but we will do it for just you.
This video is for you.
This is from Amber Scion. DDO was released in 2006 and is the MMO. Oh, this is a quote that I had on the video. DDO was released in 2006 and is the MMO genre's best implementation of D&D rules. Then he says, "Are there other implementations of D&D rules in the MMO genre of which I am unaware?" You might as well have said Lucky Charms was released in 1964 and is the best interpretation of a leprechaun-themed toasted oats with Marbit cereal. This is probably one of my favorite comments we have ever gotten. I love this comment. There are other MMOs. There is one other specific MMO with D&D rules, and that's Neverwinter, which uses 4.0. Fourth edition D&D rules, and those are horrible. And there are other multiplayer games like the original Neverwinter Nights and Neverwinter Nights 2, which have online persistent servers, which have very good implementations of the rules as well. So there are a few. You are right, not many, but I loved this comment. Seriously, probably my favorite comment we've ever gotten.
Anfustar.
All right.
Anfustar says, I've played this game since 2010. Why? No. Because I found no other MMO that allows me such depth in character creation, and no other MMO's combat gives me such a rush as DDO does. You guys are level 3, that's nothing. You've barely scratched the surface. Of course, the combat is going to be a snooze fest at newbie level. Make a level 12... I wish I could make a level 12 monk. Make a level 12 monk and then tell me the combat is boring. And once you get to epic levels and gain access to epic destinies, that's another game changer right there. This isn't a review. This is a first impressions video.
Why does everyone think this is a review?
This is a first impressions. Thank you.
We agree.
We agree.
Thank you for identifying the video that we have on the thumbnail.
The
and
identifying type of video that we had on the thumbnail. You hit the nail on the head.
You may be right that absolutely maybe the combat is really
Gets
good
better.
once you've played 30 or 40 hours or whatever it takes to get there. It just wasn't something that we wanted to play enough to get to that point.
Right.
So. Okay, anything else?
That's all we
want
got.
to say about that?
We're out
Well,
of
thanks for
comments.
joining us today on episode 5.
Episode 5.
Episode 5.
Combat, or the combat strikes back.
The comment strikes back.
Comment strikes back.
And so thanks for coming along. You can like and subscribe this video if you want. You can like and subscribe on that video right there. And feel free to, I don't know, look at our other stuff, because I would.
Go to
if I was
Lotro,
you.
thumbs that down. Go to Eve, thumbs that down.
might as well thumb that
Go to
down.
Arcade, give us a thumbs up because it's kind of awesome.
And we'll see you guys later. And if you want to see the original DDO video that they're talking about, it'll be a link in the description.
And see.